What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? We are back for another episode review of Insecure Season 5, Episode 5, Surviving, okay? I'm gonna be honest, girl, I don't know what's going on, okay? It was a cute episode, but I am not getting the feel that I need from this. Anyway, moving on. I try to keep it jovial. You know what I'm saying? This is the last season, so I'm hanging in there. We got 5 more episodes to go. And so far, moving on from that, the episode starts off with somebody getting their back blown in. At least I thought, okay? Girl, Molly was getting her some head. She was riding face. And I said, yes, Molly. Molly get all the sex in this show. All the sex. It's Molly and Lawrence, okay? Truth be told, it be Lawrence then Molly. But then it kind of switch, okay? But Molly getting hers, you know what I'm saying? And I feel so bad for Yvonne Orji because, I know she all about sex before marriage, no sex before marriage, and all of that stuff, not giving her cootie away or whatever. But damn, bitch. It just would make me feel so bad and so horny if I'm up here stimulating sex on screen and then I gotta go home to myself and I can't even call somebody up and be like, come knock this out for me. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you good to hold on to your morals, okay? Because, bitch, I ain't got none right now. Let me tell you something. It just can't be me. All right, listen. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, girl? I said, now, Molly, when you finally knocked that out, girl. All right, but once she finished, girl, she told that man to spell her name, and it said M.A. She said, now, nigga, what you M.A.? I said, excuse me. What is Molly? I thought her name was Molly, okay? But anyway, at this point, when they get through, she right when she come, okay? When she was finished, she get a phone call from her dad, and it was a whole bunch of messages that was coming in, and basically she had to get to the hospital, okay? Something was going on with the mom. The brother was in his feelings talking about some. I told her that her sweet, what was it? Her potato salad wasn't the best. I mean, it really wasn't. But damn, why did I have to say it then? It was like she gonna be all right. You can tell her when she wake up or whatever. Aunt Kiki there, and Aunt Kiki is the one that be spilling all the tea. Okay, all of a sudden, here comes the doctor. Mind you, Molly is in her thought well, okay? She in her, out in a day well, or I should say, out in a night day, date well or whatever, just looking a little not appropriate for the hospital, but she was caught up on short notice, okay? So she get there and, she's trying to figure out what's going on. Here comes the doctor. Baby, see, this is why black folks don't like doctors at this point, and this is why, it's so many things going on about how the hospitals and the doctors are very negligent towards black people or people in color in general, but mostly black people. Because that doctor came in there and basically said, at this point, ain't nothing else that we can do for your moms or whatever. So y'all might as well just come up in there and say your last rites, okay? Say your last words and all that. Baby, they go over there and it ain't even her mama. I said, what? How you switch it up like that? Okay, that would have pissed me off. I said, listen, I'm finna sue. Okay, then you got the other family coming in. I said, this is a mess. Don't scare a person like that. But they do go to the mom's room and she is unresponsive. Well, she's unconscious at this point. And come to find out, she did have a stroke, okay? They was talking about her blood pressure being high, but she's also on medication. And Molly wanted to talk to the nurse and put her as the one of the people point persons on her mother case. Care, I should say, so that it won't be so much on the dad. Then you got Aunt Kiki, baby. Aunt Kiki over there talking to the doctor. Kiki went to the doctor and said, listen, let me ask you this question. Now, I used to cough, and it used to sound like this. But now when I cough, it sounds like, it's a cancer. I said, bitch, no lie, I be having the same thoughts, okay? Stuff don't sound the same way that it used to be sounding, okay? Now, is there something going on? Do I need to go to the doctor? Do I need to call? I know my sister be so mad and tired of me. I be texting her all the time. Now, when she used to live here, baby, I used to be calling her all the time like, girl, when I see her, I be like, bitch, I don't, what does this mean? If this hurt, you know what I'm saying? Do you see this? Do this look crazy? Do this look different or whatever? Bitch, call your doctor, okay? Don't keep on asking me. I said, bitch, you went to school for this shit, so of course I'm gonna ask you for free medical advice. Kiki, it's me, okay? But I ain't finna ask the doctor like that. But that was funny to me. You know, of course, we get Issa and Nathan, this whole situation, and it's probably why I was just like, about the episode, because Issa and Nathan are really a thing, y'all. Really a thing. She waking up, he's still there, he up in his drawers and stuff. I was like, I want better for her. I can't want more for Issa than she wants for herself. You know, he done brought her food, and he was like, I know I had to do it because the last time you had a little attitude like, where the breakfast in bed at? You know what I'm saying? They trying to figure out what they going to be doing for the rest of the day. He had some clients counsel on him. So she was supposed to go to lunch with, Molly, but if Molly didn't want to come, she was going to use the reservation, and them two was going to go out. So she gets a phone call. Well, no, she calls Molly to see what was up, and that's when she finds out that Molly is in the hospital with her mom. So, of course, Issa, being the friend that she is, she went down there to support her, you know, trying to make sure she's okay. Do she want something to eat? You know, we got the brother that keep on counting the 79 cents. You know, everybody just going and handling this whole situation in their own way. Issa was like, do you want me to go home and get you something to change into? Or, you know, let's switch, okay? So they wind up going into the bathroom and switching clothes. And, you know, that did look good on Issa. I ain't even gonna lie. It looked good on Molly, too. I didn't know that the split was all the way up there like that. But I love the fact that they are still back together. They are friends. And she was like, you always got me. I'm never going nowhere. I'm always be in your corner. And I'm just so glad about that. At one point, Torian had called Molly trying to see if she got the stuff together, what she need for this presentation or whatever that they need to go have before this retreat or whatever. Some part of this presentation, she doesn't have it together. She told her assistant to tell them that she wasn't coming in, so I guess she didn't relay the message. He or she didn't relay that message. But instead of just going ahead and using the fact that she has a family emergency and she won't be able to get the stuff done, she just lies and said, you know, well, she don't even lie. She doesn't even put it out there. She said she was taking a personal day. And she basically said, listen, I'll be able to get it done. Just tell me when you need it by, okay? Baby, you're putting too much stress on yourself. And I feel like she probably did that to get her mind off of her mom. But I don't think that it's going to work, okay? I hope it does, but I don't think so. Meanwhile, Nathan comes pick up Issa or whatever, take her over there to Molly's place because they was going to go get her some clothes. And then they start talking about Flavor Flav, you know, the dog, okay? He's a house dog. We need to go walk him or whatever. Oh, he just a house dog. He all right. He cool, whatever. You know, we don't need to do all that. Issa, bitch, call Peter, okay? Because, listen, Issa would have let the dog starve, okay? So, at this point, we get back to the hospital. Molly and her dad and her mom is not mom, but Aunt Kiki sitting at the table. Baby Aunt Kiki is calling everybody, telling everybody the news. We got Sister Betty on the phone, want to pray for everybody, and this ain't the point, this ain't the time, we don't want to hear it. Next thing you know, Aunt Kiki brings up the fact that they was planning their estate and they still haven't finished. So now we got to deal with that, and it's just a lot, okay? Molly is already overwhelmed. Meanwhile, you got Issa, you know, she walking down the street with Nathan, you know, walking Flavor Flav, and, you know, they're talking about the fact that this whole thing made them call their moms, okay? This is what was said when Nathan picked her up, okay? Nathan picked her up, and they was just talking about the fact that, you know, they had to call their mothers, leave them some messages, make sure that they was okay. Nobody wants to have the news that Molly has, okay? And so at this point, while they're walking, why Issa mama called her back, FaceTime her and was like, oh, I'm so thankful for the messages that you left or whatever. And since you trying to spend some more time, listen, what you doing for the next 8 Sundays, okay? Because I'm finna start a book club. It's a Christian book. It's a slow burner. But once it get through them gates, everything gonna be on and popping, all right? And, you know, at this point, Mama saw little Ethan, like, you know, not Ethan. Why do I keep on getting their names messed up? she see Nathan. She was like, who you keep on looking back at? I hear somebody. Who you talking to? And so, Nathan put his face in there. She was like, oh, okay. Now, who is this? He was like, hey, Mama D, I'm Nathan, Issa boyfriend. I said, boyfriend? Boy, so we literally putting titles on this after a couple of days or whatever. How long has it passed? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it's just not sitting well in my spirit. It's not sitting well in my spirit. I don't know why. It just disturbs me that they are really together and they claiming each other. I don't know. Like, if you want, like I keep on saying, if you really want to mess some stuff up, I wanted some drama. Bring Daniel ass back, okay? That's what they should have did. But all right. Meanwhile, while they up there talking, after she didn't talk to her mama, they get to talking about other stuff. Baby, pause. Let's go back to the part where Issa came out that hospital in that little dress or whatever it was that Molly was wearing. It looked good. It looked good. Wrong place, but it looked good. It was a nurse and a patient sitting on the bench. And the patient was like, oh my God, you look like a model. Here goes the nurse. Oh, don't worry about her. She's a little high. Don't take that to heart. She's a little high. I said, bitch. The way that the nurse said that, as if the patient told her about herself, as the patient was being rude. That patient gave her a compliment, and you just burst Issa bubble, bitch. I said you did not have to do that, ma'am. You could have just let her keep on walking, okay? Sell on by, all right? But meanwhile, while Nathan and Issa up there talking about whatever they talking about, Flavor Flav done got loose. I said, see, now, this don't make no sense, okay? They got to go look and hunt and find Flavor Flav and see where he at. And wow, the whole time Molly up there in the hospital, she on WebMD. Okay, the nurse was like, "Oh yeah, so you on WebMD? You one of those people?" Because she was like, "Does Mama got this? We need to do this for her, so this won't happen and all this stuff." Meanwhile, the brother up there talking about something. Yeah, Mama, you used the right. You always used the right amount of paprika. Nothing more, nothing less, and it's always good. I said, listen. That was a mess, okay? Meanwhile, all of a sudden it get brought up about the fact that the mom had a previous stroke, okay? And of course, Molly is in denial. And the dad had to be like, yeah, she had a small stroke. It really wasn't nothing. She didn't want to worry you guys. She didn't want me to tell him. And we see that Molly and the mama are similar, okay? Because, they don't want people to worry. They don't want people to know everything, but then they want to know everything from everybody else. But they don't want everybody to know and worry about them. That's so much, okay? If you get what I'm saying. And Molly feels some type of way about that because she feels like she should have been able to know what's going on and they shouldn't have to hold this burden of all this stuff that's happening to the mom, to them, and she just feels so out of the loop, like nobody's telling her anything, I should say. Meanwhile, you got Nathan and Issa, they trying to find the freaking dog, okay? Going on Molly Instagram trying to find a picture. Issa saw a picture of her that she didn't like on Molly Instagram. She was like, damn, why the bitch put me on there like that? Next thing you know, Nathan was like, the dogs have a way of probably tracking their step and re-walking their route. So he'll probably come right back, okay? And, Issa was like, how would you know that? He said he had a dog himself that was taken away from him or let loose when he was younger. And, his whole thing was his dad was the type of person that was like, if you get into some shit, you better fuck them up or I'm gonna fuck you up worse. Issa was like, damn, that's kind of messed up, okay? And so he was scared to come home without the dog. And when he finally did come home, the dog was already on the porch, okay? So he knew that the dog was going to eventually retrace the steps. It was ingrained in him. Meanwhile, Molly, she's the only one up in the hospital room with her mother at this point. And then we get this news that basically the mama is not doing too good. She's going to be, it looks like she's going to be paralyzed. This stroke has paralyzed her. And so now she has to tell the doctors, I mean, not the doctors, but tell her family what's going on. And they came in and they just saw the look on her face. And they just knew it wasn't good news. Meanwhile, you got Nathan and Issa. They're sitting outside and they're trying to find Flavor Flav. He's trying to reassure her that everything's going to be all right. In the midst of this conversation, Issa was like, Oh my God, that's why I love you. And I said, bitch, what? We're moving a little bit too fast here. All of a sudden, we love him from a fuck in the Ferris wheel to him, coming back and y'all, whatever it is, being a friend, and all of a sudden you love him like that. Girl, nah, okay, I ain't got time for this. I said, Issa, you need to stop freaking playing. Meanwhile, she gets up there to Molly and they're having a little conversation. They're talking about everything that's going on. Um, Molly was just venting her frustration about how it just kills her that her mom didn't think that she was strong enough to take the news about her, and she could have done some more things. Like, she could have been there. She could have just been more present. And Issa was like, what more could you have done? She was like, damn, I could have been by her side. I could have helped regulate her medicine. I could have helped my dad out. You know what I'm saying? Like, she feeling the whole, my mom's never gonna see me get married. It's like the doom and gloom. Like, she's looking in the future and she's like, my mom's not gonna see me get married, not gonna see me have a grandchild for her or whatever. And that's all that she truly wanted. And, Issa is saying the whole stuff about just giving her encouragement, okay? And I do love the fact that Issa was there to encourage Molly, okay, in her time of need. I hope did she tell her about Flavor Flav? No, she told her that she walked Flavor Flav. She ain't say that she lost that motherfucker and he came back, because the dog did come back. But this is opening up Molly's eyes that she want to spend more time with people, her friends, and like Issa said, she's never gonna be out of her loop. Okay, she want to keep up with everybody and just make sure everybody is good. And that's all to the good. Molly said, bitch, I'm never going to get my jumpsuit on that you got on. I'm never going to get my shit back, right? Issa said, nope. So she gets up to go get her some coffee, right? And Issa wouldn't be Issa without an awkward moment. She walking down the hall. She runs into an orderly or whatever, trying to move the bed. Okay? They come to almost crashing. The orderly trying to get through. They don't know which side they want to go to, who gonna go first or whatever. So she finally let the damn orderly go through with the bed. Now, while she's at the end of this hallway, she peeps around the corner and we see Condola and the baby Elijah and Lawrence for a doctor's appointment. I said, oh my goodness. And at first, Lawrence doesn't notice her. Condola never notices her, but he did notice her eventually. And so she was stuck. She was frozen. She didn't know what to do. So she just walked on past after that. And I'm just sitting here like, wow. So this how we gonna end it? Lawrence is looking stuck like, what the hell? Okay? And I'm like, this what happens when you don't use protection when you fuck, okay? That's what happened, bitch. You shot the club up, now you gotta deal with the consequences, and you fucked up a relationship that probably would have worked the second time around, even though I didn't want y'all together, okay? And truth be told, if it was between Nathan and Lawrence, I probably would have wanted Lawrence to be in the picture, okay? But I don't want her to go back to neither one. I wanted her to move forward. I do am looking forward to next week because Crenshaw about to do some foul stuff. Y'all saw that preview. Crenshaw about to do some foul stuff. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about this. It was what it was, okay? You don't want to be negative on the last. I still like the show. It's just not as like I thought it was gonna be for the last season, unless these last few episodes gonna be ramped up. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this. Okay, but y'all tell me how y'all feel. No complaints here, and I will see y'all later. Peace.